Hi, I'm Clarence, this is Courtney, this is Amanda, this is Ryland, and we did the paleo diet. Woo! AKA the caveman diet. This diet is based on the premise that we should only eat what our hunter-gatherer ancestors ate. The idea comes from how we as a species have evolved over thousands of years and have survived off of these food groups alone: meats, fruits, vegetables, fish, and nuts. What would a caveman eat? This diet was created to better align our current way of eating with the evolutionary pressures that have shaped our genetics to today. This diet does not require us to count our calories or intake of food, so this lets us basically eat satisfying portions and lets us lose some weight along the way. Dreams do come true, guys.
Okay, so the do's and don'ts, it's basically promoting eating whole foods that are unprocessed. So your meats, your fish, fruits and veggies, eggs, nuts and seeds, healthy oils, and salts. It says to limit it, but it recommends eating like natural salts and not like your table salt. So like the Himalayan salt, and you can spice up your food however you want. Things you shouldn't consume are anything processed, so any of your cereals, breads, legumes, dairy, sugars and sweeteners, potatoes, any of your like candies and pretzels and snacks like that. Refined vegetable oils, again, table salt, soft drinks, and fruit juices, because there's a lot of sugar in there. Who's credited? So it's based off of our ancestors in the Paleolithic era, and I think I read that was like 10,000 up to 2.5 million years ago, so just in the past. And in the 70s, there was a gastroenterologist who kind of started paleo, but the current credits go to Dr. Loren Cordain. He's a scientist, he does a lot of research on it, and he wrote the paleo diet, his book, in 2002. And so the 85-15 rule is he believes in moderation. 85% of the time stick to this diet, and 15% of the time eat whatever you want. So, part of the do's and don'ts, you can still have like wine and like dark chocolates if you have a sweet tooth, and it's just in moderation of whole foods versus processed.
Okay, so who's targeted and who can benefit? For one, I mean, you're going to increase your energy levels, your mental clarity, and improve like depression or anxiety. You're going to like lose some weight. You're going to lower your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, higher immune function, improve glucose tolerance, decrease insulin secretion, increase insulin sensitivity, reduce allergies, anti-inflammatory, which is good for like RA. That's one of the very few autoimmune diseases this diet is good for. It's actually not really good for very many autoimmune diseases. And then improvement with respiratory problems such as asthma. Also, it's not really good for people with leaky gut issues, autoimmune, and obviously it's really hard for vegetarians to have this meal because you can't eat meat, and that's the main diet, and you can't eat beans either.
So I created a 3-day meal plan. If you don't like eggs, you're gonna have a tough time with this diet because I eat eggs every morning, but good luck. Another thing to point out is that you're gonna have a protein and a lot of veggies, fruits here and there because they're high in sugar. But as far as sweets, dark chocolate kind of helps you out, but it has to be the good dark chocolate, like the 85% cocoa or higher. And another thing to note is what you're making these things with. Your oils, you're going to be coconut oil, flaxseed, olive oil, yep. Minimal seasonings, salt and pepper usually if you need anything, but other than that, you should be good to go. It's pretty natural. minimalist diet.
So my opinion of it was, it's just really expensive diet, so it's really hard for, I mean, obviously struggling college students or a family that doesn't have a lot of money or stuff like that.
I think there's pros and cons to it. It's a healthy diet, but it can get expensive, and they want you to buy like your grass-fed, free-range kinds of meats and eggs, and so that's where the expense comes in. I think it's also hard to like meal prep it, because if you're buying all natural foods, they go bad quicker, and so you kind of really have to plan out what you're eating when, and when you're like gonna shop for it.
Alright, I forgot to say also athletes, it's really hard for them to do it because you should have a high carb diet. And then this is where we can go. This is our references. And that's it.
Thank you.
Questions?
Questions?